How's it going, everyone? It's Daunting here, bringing you another Tekken 8 video, and today we're going to be talking all about how to learn characters quickly within Tekken 8. So I get this question a lot about how do I try out characters over on my Twitch. By the way, if you're not following my Twitch, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit the follow button over there as well. Definitely let it have you guys, and of course I'll answer all your questions over there as well. But yeah, someone asked me how do I learn characters, and this is pretty much a streamlined process that I do in a lot of fighting games, and I decided, hey, why not talk about it within Tekken 8 as it's my main game of choice. So we're going to go ahead and break down how to quickly learn characters within Tekken 8. So the main thing you want to do first off is understanding your moves, right? Understanding your key moves inside this game. So in other fighting games, other fighting games have shorter move lists. In this game, characters have a lot of moves. Like we just look at Lily's move list here. Yeah, 112 things here, all techniques. That is a lot of techniques, so understanding the key moves. But if you're new to fighting games or new to Tekken, you may not know what the key moves of your character are. It's typically going to be things like your pokes, things that give you plus frames, things that are going to be your lows, what are your key launcher tools, like your down forward 2 and stuff. If you still don't know where to even get started, I have a great resource for you all. So I talked about this in my Tekken 8 punishment guide, and this is the Tekken 8 library. This has every character pretty much in the game and has the tools here, so you can see things like what are your attacks, some of the attacks with some guaranteed follow-ups, what are the important moves, and these aren't all the important moves that are there, but these are just some to get you started, just so you can start understanding how this character actually works. They have your punishers there, they have some of your important combos, and they have some wall combo differences there as well. So definitely just a nice good overhaul to get you started, as well as talking about your heating gauges and stuff. So this is a nice way to get started. Once again, this is going to be something that you need to understand about your characters is your key moves. So get familiar with your key moves as far as their ranges, how they work, how minus they are. Can you can you sidestep after them and stuff like that? Typically you can sidestep after a -3, -4. To understand how minus they are they plus, and stuff like that. Once you understand all that stuff and you got those down, the next thing you want to look at is, of course, the counter hit properties. Are these tools changing on counter hit properties? So some of these tools, when they get counter hits, they change, right? So you get different things that happen on counter hits. So like down forward 3 right here, so this becomes a counter hit launcher for Lily. So all of a sudden I get a full on combo from this tool, as you can see. So you get a full on combo from this tool now because of the counter hit. So understanding stuff like this is going to be very important, because it's less stuff that you're going to be caught off guard with when these things actually happen inside of matches. So the more familiar you are with the key moves of your characters, the least likely is going to be that you're going to be caught off guard for these opportunities that may come up. So this is going to be important as well. The next thing that you want to know about your character is also within that chart, your punishers. So this is typically going to be your normals from 10 frame to 15 frame, and this is going to be something that you can either look up on the library, or you can put your player attack info on. You can put up your frame data just like this, so show the details, and you can see. So for example, Lily here, he has this 1 2 1 1 2 4 here. This is their 12 frame right there. You have the down forward 4. This is going to be a 13 frame here. You have down forward 2 for 16 frame, 15 frame, up forward 3. So these are going to be things that you definitely going to want to know for your character. Understanding where's your fastest launchers, understanding your 10 frames, because this is going to allow you to do in-game punishment training, which is all in my other punishment guide video. If you haven't seen that, check that out. But basically what it means is understanding that your frames here. So if somebody is doing the same thing over and over, you can try to punish it by doing your startup, by knowing your punishers. So my 10 frame, I could do the 1 2. And if I'm okay, is 10 frame punishable? Is it 12 frame punishable? So I do my 12 frame. So I do, I do something like my forward 2 3. So forward 2 3 is 12 frame for her. Okay, it is 12 frame punish. What about say a 15 frame punish? And it's oh, now it's launch punishable. So you basically just work your way up from understanding your punishers, and that's how you can practice it online. Once you get comfortable seeing the same tools used by your opponents over and over, and you keep blocking them, it's good to just practice to see are the tools punishable and how punishable, because what your punishers are and the startup of those tools. So that is very important. At least those 5 tools you should know the startup of at the very least, so you can have that in the pocket. The next thing for sure is going to be the actual combos, everybody's favorite part, combos. But we're going to be doing universal combos. And what I mean by universal combos in this sense is a lot of people get so trapped up in trying to find the most optimal routes for their characters. Even at beginners, they try to go for the most optimal stuff. That's not the case. Really, what you need to do, what you need to be doing is, of course, finding routes that work on pretty much all your launchers. So for example, here for Lily, this combo right here where I do this into this pretty much works off a lot of her launchers. So you see it works for that, also works for this, and a few more of her launchers as well. So these are going to be things that you need to know. Now, of course, there's going to be times where your combo is going to change depending on your character. So you're going to have at least like 1 to 2 combos. So for example, Lily here has this where it comes down like this. Well, for this, I have to use a different sort of combo part where I have to do something like this, right? So this is going to be slightly different, but it goes into the main thing at the end right there. So it's not too much different, as you can see. So these are going to be things that you need to know about your character. Like, okay, what are my different combo parts? How do they string into my main combo? And you want to keep it as mainly as concise as possible. As you see, the main difference here is the pickup. So this pickup is the difference, but then after that part, it goes into the main combo that I'm used to. So the less diversity you have at the beginning, the better. This is going to make it to where you can streamline your learning process and just have good enders, because the main thing you're trying to focus on here is just getting used to confirming the character hits, getting used to your tools in neutral, getting used to how the opponent is actually approaching your tools and trying to play around them. This is going to be very important, which of course is the next thing, is playing online. Once you have this stuff, you should definitely be playing online with your character. This is going to be the main bulk of what you're going to do, and this is basically how you make a short, concise training regimen. You want to practice things with your character, but you don't want to overwhelm yourself when it comes to the character that you're learning. So you want to learn of the things we said, like the few key moves, how they work on counter hit, the punishers. You understand a few combos. They even have some of the wall combos there inside the document, so how they change at the wall. So you want to understand like a mid-screen combo, a corner combo, have those down, and then like the 1 or 2 variances that they may have. That's about it for as that go. You want to have that down, play matches online, and see how people deal with your tools. And once people are dealing with certain things, you could try to find the options for those once you go back to training room. So it's all just a one big problem to solve. It's just all problem solving. So once people show you that they know how to deal with something, you go back and then try to solve the problem. And this is how you actually learn. So for example, if I'm doing like, I don't know, a string that has like, you know, mainly a bunch of highs in it or something, like maybe it's high, high, high. Do the string have a mid variant? It's like, okay, maybe there's a high, high, mid. So they try to block the high, high, high. I have a high, high, mid, and that will help me deal with that situation a little bit better. So knowing things like that about your character is definitely going to be very important, and how you can basically bring them back to training rooms so you can actually play more. And this is the basis of how you can actually learn characters very quickly. So what do we learn here today? Once again, going over it real quick, key moves, understand what your key moves are, understand what are your best pokes, what are your best lows, what are your launchers, understanding what your punishers are, what are your 10 frame punishes, 11 frame, 12 frame if you got those, all the way up to your 15 or 16 frame punishes, because that's typically going to be your launchers. Some characters got 15, some characters got 16. Lily got both 15 and 16. Next thing, of course, is the counter hit properties for those moves. Understanding what the counter hit properties for your key moves are, that's going to be very important, so you understand how they work, so you're not caught blindsided when those tools actually hit counter hit, and you're more prepared for when those tools do hit like that, and you understand exactly what to do from those. You may not always get it, but it's good to go ahead and have that in the back of your mind. And of course, understanding that you should have universal combos, so not going too overly in depth as far as your combos go. Make those streamlined to where they pretty much work on everything from all your starters, and you're good to go to play online. And once you are playing online, you should be thinking about how to problem solve all the situations that do come up, so you can better find those tools. And that's how you're going to get the majority or the rest of your kit to open up, is by the problems that arise. So as problems arise, you can find the answers within your toolkit, or you'll notice that your character may just have some weaknesses. And the weaknesses could be, okay, so this may be a key tool of this character or a key stance, because the character do have stances and stuff. Typically the guide talks about that as well. But if you see there's not an option that can cover what the opponent is doing, then that may just be the weakness of the stance or the character at that point. So that is a good way to understand how a character functions and where their weaknesses potentially lie as you try to do this basic problem solving method. Anyway, I hope this pretty short guide help you guys understand how to quickly learn characters. It's not really that in-depth or crazy. Like, it's not really anything too crazy to actually understand. You just really go through it. It does take a little bit of time, and it's not going to just, like, you know, come at you like that quickly. It's not going to come very quickly. You're going to have to understand this stuff and like really try to basically problem solve and think as you are actually playing these matches, and just think about how your tools are working while you're in training room and what you are trying to accomplish with these said tools. So it's definitely something that is going to take a little bit of time to get used to, but as you quickly as you do it more, you'll quickly get more used to it for sure. Anyway, I hope you guys found this a little bit useful to actually explore more of the characters in the game, because I know some people feel like once they pick a character, they're kind of stuck with them, because characters in Tekken could feel a lot more committal because of how much stuff a character has in their tool set. But I'm here to tell you that you can actually just explore what the roster has if you are more interested in you know, playing more characters or just trying out other characters to see exactly what they have. This is how you can go about that process to make it a little bit more easier for yourself. So I hope you guys found this useful. Anyway, like anything I had to say to here today, drop me a like, greatly appreciate it. And if you're more for me, follow my socials. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so your next video goes live. As always, my name is Daunting, and I'll see you next time. Signing out.